Alright, guys. So, I finally got around to watching X and Pearl and Ty West. He's the fucking master of horror this year. Like, without a doubt. These are my two favorite movies of the year. Like, 100%. I was blown away by how much I love both these movies. And watching them back to back, I don't know if that had something to do with it, but because I don't know, I can't picture. I guess I can, but I can't picture really seeing X and then waiting months and months and months and months and then to see Pearl. I mean, I'm sure it'd be just as fine, but watching them back to back, it really added something to it for me. And these are the best films of 2022. Like, for me, absolutely. Every performance in this movie is fucking fantastic. Every one. The script for this movie is fucking fantastic. The storytelling is amazing. The effects are fucking great. Everything about this movie, the atmosphere, the cinematography, fucking amazing. And it really took me by surprise because I watched this like after Halloween ends or like the night after or something like that. And I was like, oh, thank you. Like, this is what I needed. Like, I needed the best horror films of the year. And that's what I got. So let's jump into X. Ty West, obviously. So we're in 1979, and we see the broadcast with the highly religious people fucking on there talking and shit. And then the cops are there, and they come up and say, you better come take a look at this, which they said, I hate that line. It's in so many things, so many movies, TV shows. You better come take a look at this, or you gotta hear this. Just fucking tell them, or show them. I don't know. I hear that line so much, but whatever. Then 24 hours earlier, and we meet Maxine, played by Mia Goth, who, all three actresses in this movie, I only saw in like one other thing before this. Mia Goth, I saw in Suspiria, the remake, who I loved her performance in that, even though it was not really a central character, it was a side character, but I loved her in that. Brittany Snow, I only saw from Would You Rather with Jeffrey Combs, which I adore that movie, and I thought Brittany Snow did an amazing job in that. And a beautiful girl. All three of these women are fucking gorgeous. And then Jenna Ortega. I couldn't picture her where I saw her or where I knew her from the first few minutes of seeing her in this. I knew I saw her before, and it was killing me. And then I finally remembered, and I was like, oh, from You, the Netflix series. I think it was season 2 or 3. I think it was 2. I don't remember. But I watched that show as it came out, and she was in it. And I was like, oh shit, that's right. That's the girl from You. And I was so glad to see her in this because when I saw that season of You, and just a few episodes in of seeing her character, so I said, this girl's a great actress. Like, I can see her having a good career. I hope she gets picked up into some good things. Then I saw her in this, and I was so happy because she kills it in this. Like, everyone kills it in this movie, in their roles. Mia Goth kills it, and I'll get into Pearl after this because Jesus fucking Christ, man. Like, I can't, man. Like, I was gushing over these two movies as they were watching. But we meet Maxine, and she's doing a bunch of coke, and she's Wayne, her boyfriend, the producer of this porno that they're going to shoot, comes to her. There's no one else like you. There are like hundreds of thousands of other coked out, like porn strippers. There are, but I get what he's saying. But once the Mungo Jerry's in the summertime kicked on, when they were walking out of there to leave to go on down to the place to shoot the porno, when that song came on, I was ready, dude. Like, I knew I was in for a great movie. Just from hearing Mungo Jerry in a fucking movie like this. And Ty West has always been great with the songs that he uses in scores in his movies. Like, I've never seen, I don't think I ever saw his first movie, The Roost. Don't think I ever saw it, but I've loved everything else that Ty West has done. Like, House of the Devil is great. The Innkeepers, I didn't even remember. I saw when it first came out, I remember liking it. And then a friend of mine, a subscriber of mine, mentioned it a little bit ago. I said, I gotta rewatch that. And I rewatched it and absolutely fell in love with it. Adored that movie. Innkeeper's a phenomenal movie. And then his segment in VHS, and he's never done anything bad for me. And now with these two films, this is what he's been working towards. Like this with Maxine, with the third one in this trilogy, if that's as good as it is, as these two are, what a fucking trilogy, man. And what a fucking magnum opus that Ty West has been working towards. Because these are his masterpieces that he's been working towards. I'm not saying the films themselves are masterpieces, because that's a big jump to make. But it's almost close to that for me. And I said in the Halloween Ends bullshit video that I just posted that rewatches are very important for me. Because just the mood that you're in watching a movie for the first time, or things that are on your mind, or the mind state you're in, all of that can change how you feel about a movie. Like in that moment on a first watch. And that's why I'll always go back, like in 6 months or so maybe, I will go back and I will watch this movie and Pearl back to back. And then I can say concretely, this is a fucking masterpiece of a movie. So I can't say it now, but it's fucking close. Like, it is. Like, these two films, back to back, some of the best movies that I've seen in the last decade. Like, that I can say right now. Like, I enjoyed the shit out of these movies, man. Like, you have no idea. The whole desire to be famous, I never understood that. I mean, I get it. People want to be known. People don't want to be a nobody their whole life. They want people to care about them and love them, and I get it. Just not for me. Like, I want to be as least famous as possible. Like, with my life and everything I've done in my life and shit, I want to be off the grid, man. I shouldn't even be fucking doing this channel. Like, I don't want to be known at all. I should just, from now on, I should put a fucking green screen over my face, or like a distortion. You can't even fucking see me. Just like, that's how little I want to be famous. So I never understood that whole desire. But I never understood it for me. But I do understand. Like, I do get it. It's just something I never, like, understood for myself, I guess, if that makes sense. I don't know. Then they end up going down to rent this cabin to shoot their porno in. And, God, man, Brittany Snow's body is fucking gorgeous. And Mia Goth's body is fucking gorgeous. And, like, it's like almost too much. Like, the whole scene with Brittany Snow, fucking Kid Cudi. And Kid Cudi in this fucking did a great job, too. Like, fucking, to think that Kid Cudi, to come and make his acting debut and kill it in this movie, I would have never thought that. Like, I would have never seen that coming. And just the scene with them fucking and filming the porno and stuff. For a second, since I didn't know Brittany Snow that well, and I just knew her from Would You Rather, I was like, is that a body double? Because I don't know her well enough to know if she would do nudity and stuff like that. I was like, is that a fucking body double? And then, like, there would be certain shots I'm like, that can't be. No, that's her. And it's her. Damn. Like, I don't know, man. I mean, the first, like, 40, 50 minutes of this movie, I mean, there's not much that you can't avoid talking about it, since sex and titties are just thrown at you the entire fucking time. So it's something you can't just gloss over. But, and fucking Maxine, and fucking Mia Goth, fucking, I don't know what to say, just fucking amazing. Amazing fucking bodies these girls have. And just the scenes, the way they're shot, like, it never feels like, I'll get into that. And then when, I like when Maxine's in the lake, and she have the overhead shots of her, like, hanging out in the lake, and then you think an alligator's coming for her, and then, like, they say, action, and there's filming again and stuff. And then we have the old crazy woman who I didn't know anything about this movie. Pretty much. I knew that there was a group of people who went down to make a porno, and it was a slasher film. That's it. Like, I didn't know, and I knew the movie Pearl, and I just knew it was called Pearl. I didn't know this old lady was Pearl for a while into this movie. I thought it was just some fucking old crazy bitch. But then when they say her name for the first time, and maybe even not the first time, maybe I missed it when they said it the first time. As far as I know, they could have said it as soon as they got there and said, "Oh, my wife Pearl's up here," and I totally missed it. But the first time I heard it, and then I was like, "Oh, all right, so that's Pearl from the movie." Like it, I don't know if they say it earlier, but like I was just kept calling her the old crazy woman, like until like an hour in, and I was like, "Oh, okay, Pearl. That's I can put a name to her now." And says just comes out with the jump scare lemonade. Fuck you. Like I hate jump scares like that. Everyone knows that. And Ty West has done like I said in this video for the Innkeepers, Ty West has already done one of the best. I don't want to scare you because I'm somebody you know. Don't get afraid jump scares ever in that movie, in the Innkeepers. I loved that so much, and I even said in that video, anytime I see a bullshit jump scare of somebody creeping up on somebody else, especially if it's someone they know or a friend or something like that, I will point right to the Innkeepers and say, "No, that's how you do it." And if anyone doesn't know what I'm talking about, watch the Innkeepers if you haven't seen it, because what a great movie. Another awesome, awesome movie by Ty West. And this house, for some reason, it looked a lot like Texas Chainsaw Massacre remake from '03. Like the house in that. Like some of the shots from the back that shoot towards the front door and then there's stairs that coming down. It looked a decent amount like the house from the remake of Texas Chainsaw. So I tried looking into it, but then I couldn't find anything. I don't think it is the actual house, but it does look like it a bit. And I've heard people compare this movie to Texas Chainsaw Massacre. I can see it a little bit in cinematography and just the way that it's shot a little, but I don't see this too close to Texas Chainsaw. I don't even see this as a slasher movie, honestly, because the storytelling in this film and in Pearl is so fucking brilliantly written. The dialogue is so fucking great. The performances are so fucking great. I can't look at it as a slasher. It's more than that for me. This is more than a fucking slasher movie, because the story is above all. And that's rare in a slasher film, to have the story and characters are the most important thing. And the kills and the nudity and all that stuff, which we have all in here. We have some amazing kills in this. And we have fucking titties galore, like I said, from absolutely breathtakingly gorgeous women. But the story is what trumps all of it for me. And for me, a movie, the story is the most important thing. Your script is the most important thing while making a movie. You can have the most fucking amazing effects and acting and all of that. And if you have a shitty ass script, it's going to be a terrible movie for me. This movie just took that and flipped that around. And just said, all right, well, it's a slasher movie, but yeah, all right, we got some kills, we got some nudity and stuff. We're focusing on the story. And it's such an engaging story. And that's what I'm saying. Between the distance in time between, whatever it was, 7-8 months from this movie to Pearl releasing, I don't know if it would have the same effect on me if I had to wait that long. But being able to watch them back to back, it was an experience, seriously. And I like the way that Brittany Snow's little video was cut into them making the farmer's daughter's video and stuff, and it's being spliced into the scenes with Maxine and Pearl, and her saying your secret's safe with me and everything, which I'll get to that, or not safe with me, but it'll be our little secret. I'll get to that also. And then when Maxine came to when Wayne finds Maxine and says where are you, I've been looking for you, we gotta get to work. And then she's in front of a cow. I was like, wait, she's not gonna fuck that cow, right? For a split second, I was like, wait, she's not fucking that cow. Is she in this next scene? Is this where they're going? And then Kid Cudi comes, and I'm like, all right, nah, she's just fucking Kid, which is better. But I don't know, for some reason, for a second, I was like, nah, right? I don't know. Then the scene with Maxine and I forget his name, fucking Kid Cootie's character, them fucking and stuff, and just the way it's filmed, and just and like everyone's reaction, like everyone's watching, and then you see Pearl outside and she's watching, and just the whole way that that's shot is fucking brilliant. Like I absolutely adored that. The whole scene, so good. And then we see Pearl trying to fuck her husband Howard, and he can't. He's saying that he can't anymore. That his heart's not strong enough, so he can't. I mean, I get it, but like, does flicking your tongue around like give you a heart attack? Because like you could be like doing other things and fucking her to please your like insanely sexual deprived wife. Like the vibrators existed back in '79, right? Like you could have got her one of those. You could have went down on her from time to time. Anything. Come on, like really. But whatever. That's just me nitpicking like always. But he can't have sex with her because his heart is not working. He's afraid he will die. And the whole scene. This is what really drew me in with this movie. Like not that I wasn't already. I was loving it up till this. This right here is where this took a turn for me. From a great movie to this is getting fucking amazing. And it's really not like an eventful scene. But it's when Lorraine wants to be in the movie. Jenna Ortega's character. And that whole scene with the dialogue between them. With her saying, like, how can you have sex with, how can you watch her have sex with someone on camera than be with her and stuff. And, like, the whole talk about sex and love and all of their dialogue and the Brittany Snow stuff that she says and everyone's dialogue and acting in that scene is fucking perfection. Like, I couldn't think of a better scene, like anything better to add into that scene to make it better. And then just capping it off with Kid Cudi and Brittany Snow playing and singing Landslide by Fleetwood Mac. For a split second when that started, I said to myself, a little on the nose maybe, but fuck that. And a second later, I was like, this is fucking amazing. And just tying that, the whole theme of this movie and the next one of just getting old and aging and looking back on your life and that you didn't get to do everything you wanted to do, and now it's too late, and just all of those themes, and just having Landslide being played by these two characters is just perfect. Like, I couldn't think of a more perfect song to put in there. And I could see people not liking that. I could see 100% see people seeing that as corny or something, well, that's breaking into Landslide. Fuck you, respectively. But like, amazing. That whole scene changed my whole opinion leading up to that scene. It was like, this is fucking great, to this is getting fucking amazing. And from there, it does not let up at all for me. And so fucking good. I'm just gonna gush all over the place with these movies. And then when RJ goes outside with Wayne, and they're talking outside because he says, all right, let's bring you outside before someone says shit that they're not going to be able to take back. And he starts telling her, saying to RJ, saying like, she's going to do this whether you say so or not, like whether you agree or not. And maybe she goes on and starts doing this all the time and stuff like, so it's better just let her do what she wants to do. And then when RJ comes out and says like she's not like the others in there. Like, she's a nice girl. Dude, you better watch how you talk in front of... You're talking about his fucking girlfriend there. Like, he should have been prepared to get knocked the fuck out. Like, right there with saying that. Like, I'm surprised Wayne didn't knock him out for saying that. You basically just said that that his girlfriend's a fucking whore. He's basically what RJ is implying. But I get where he's coming from. And, like, the whole scene of him crying in the shower is fucking heartbreaking. Heartbreaking. Because if anyone, and that's probably everybody, has ever been in that situation, not this exact one, like shooting a porno or shit, but been in the situation of being with a boyfriend or girlfriend and then thinking that they're fucking around on you. Or something like that. Or finding out they actually did and stuff. And just feeling that betrayal and just feeling that heartbreak, and just that's when the roller coaster of thought starts going, because you start suspecting that a significant other is cheating on you, it's not faithful. I don't know if it's the same for girls, but for guys, most people I talk to, it'll stem from maybe she's fucking on me too. She's doing porn and getting trained by 25 guys at the same time. Like, it goes so fast. Your thoughts and processing and stuff, it's so illogical. But, like, the way they portray that in this movie, with that scene, with him crying in the shower, that fucking hit a nerve. Like, oh, that's like a gut punch, that scene right there. Then, the first kill of this movie is absolutely sublime. Fucking amazing. When RJ goes to leave, and then he runs into Pearl, and his Don't Fear the Reaper playing. It's so good to hear that great song in a good movie this year. And and just, what a fucking amazing scene. And she's trying to come on to him, and he's saying, no, let's just get you home. And she stabs him right in the neck right then, and the fucking solo starts in Don't Fear the Reaper, and he falls to the ground, and she starts repeatedly stabbing him over and over again until the blood is going everywhere, and the fucking lighting turns red, and she's dancing around. And, dude, are you serious? Like, fucking brilliant kill. Like, if it was just the first half of it, of him getting stabbed in the neck and the solo starts and stuff and falls to the ground and that was it, would still be an amazing kill. But just the whole added thing of her repeatedly stabbing him and then standing up and just dancing around, and just, what a fucking scene, man. Like, every scene going forward pretty much ups and is better than the last one. Like, it's really unreal, like, what Ti West did with this. And then Wayne gets the pitchfork through his eyes from the barn or wherever the hell they are. And Jenna Ortega's first scream in here, like when she screams when she sees Wayne, when he's hung up naked and shit in the barn or the basement, cellar, wherever they are. I think it's the cellar, right? Her scream was fucking amazing. Like, this girl should be a upcoming scream queen for this generation. Because she absolutely has it. Like, she absolutely has what it takes. When I heard that scream, I was like, dude, you just killed it with that. Like, come on. Like, everything about this movie. I don't think I can pick a thing I didn't like about this movie. Nothing. There was nothing that I saw in this film or in Pearl that I could say I didn't care for this or I didn't like that. I loved everything about this movie and Pearl. So, I don't know, man. I am going to rewatch these probably a lot sooner than 6 months from now, just to see them again. And then we have Pearl laying with Maxine. It's another amazing scene, and just her naked, and just imagine being in bed sleeping, and you open your eyes to this hideously old woman naked in your bed that's like fucking coddling you and like rubbing blood all over you. It's a terrifying scene. Like, it's really tense. The atmosphere is fucking off the charts. I don't know, man. Like, I've talked to a lot of people about this movie without getting spoilers. And I've seen a lot more people love this movie than not like it. But I have talked to some people who said they didn't care for this. And like I just said in Halloween Ends with that bullshit video, and all the time that I say, 100%, that's fine. Like, it just wasn't for you. For me, it hit every fucking mark. And that is a treat. Like, it really is. To be able to see not one, but just 2 movies in a row by the same director and just be blown away by how amazing both are and how amazing both of them complement each other. What a fucking treat, man. Like, that was the best Halloween treat, not trick, that you can get from me. Like, just seeing one of the best films, 2 of them, of the year during October leading up to Halloween. I don't even need a trick. Save your whores. I just want my treat, and I got it. And I'm happy for that. Then the old man Howard, Because yeah, I didn't know the names at the beginning, so I was just an old man, old lady, fucking. And then I heard Pearl and Howard. I was like, all right, that's their names. So now when I look back, I'm about to say fucking like old. Oh yeah, Howard. So fucking when Howard goes out with Kid Cudi, and that's just one name I don't remember. But they went out looking for his wife, and then you find the car in the lake, and that's when you find out Howard's in on this too, and just shoots Kid Cudi and fucking kills him right there on the spot. Then we have this scene with Pearl, and she goes with Brittany Snow's character. I don't know why I didn't remember her name either. It's like Bobby Lynn or Bobby Joe Bob, like some like stereotypical Southern fucking name, something like that. But when they're out having a conversation, and Brittany Snow's trying to help her and saying like, my grandma or something like that gets confused every now and then too, and like I used to help her, and I always wanted to be a nurse, and just her whole quirky ditzy personality. And Pearl just says like, I don't like you, like I don't need a nurse. And she ends up shoving her into the fucking lake, and the alligator comes and just fucking annihilates her. It looks so good. I mean, you don't see much, but you just see like the blood fill up in the lake and stuff. But just the whole act of it, just of her just push, and you know it's coming. And that's what another thing that Ty West is fucking amazing at with his older films and with these two films. Even if he foreshadows something, even if it's heavily foreshadowed, which I'll get to one or two others of those, you know it's coming. But what he does with it, you don't see coming, or didn't expect that. And it's amazing how many times that happens in this movie and in Pearl. Like, just, you know that alligator is coming into play. You know that this bitch is getting shoved into that lake and getting eaten alive. But when it happens, it's so perfect. Like, it's exactly how you would want it to be and how you want it to go. That it doesn't matter if it was foreshadowed like that. Like, I don't know. Do you get what I'm saying? Like, or maybe it's just me, but like, the foreshadowing doesn't matter because it's executed perfectly. I guess is what I'm trying to say, right? Right? Yeah, right. And Pearl and Howard's conversation on the bed, and just talking about it, just how he can't have sex with her anymore, and how she's sexually deprived, and that, like, and then they start having sex, and it's fucking disturbing as shit. And like, the atmosphere and tone and everything in that scene is just fucking disturbing. I mean, yeah, you're just watching two old people fuck. Like, that on its own, like, it's not really disturbing. Yeah, I mean, it might be, but it's nowhere near this. But just in the context here, like, and just the way it's shot, and just the music, and the mood of it, everything just makes it so unsettling and just so disturbing in a way that he pulled that off so great. And then Maxine starts crawling out from under the bed to get away, and just imagine being under that bed and having to listen to these two old people fuck. That's got to be terrible. And then when she meets up with Lorraine, and Lorraine starts blaming her and the rest of them, saying, this is your fault for getting me into this and stuff, and fuck you, when she walks off, storms off, and then she just gets blown the fuck away. I didn't expect that. I expected something going on, like something was going to happen. But I didn't expect her to get just blown the fuck up with a shotgun like that. When she ran out of that door, and you just, holy shit. Like, that's how I was, basically. Because I expected maybe for her to survive. Because they play it that way a little bit. That she's the innocent one. And then, like with most slasher tropes and stuff, like she's they call her church mouse throughout the movie. When she does her scene with Kid Cudi and stuff that he doesn't, that RJ didn't want to film and have happen, she's wearing panties that say Sunday on it. So it's like she is like the innocent one in a way. So I didn't expect that to happen, like, at all, like that. So that was such a fucking awesome scene right there, and I was kind of pissed. I was like, oh, you killed Church Mouse? Like, come on. What a fucking awesome scene. Like, totally unexpected for me. Then, this is what I'm saying, like, I know, that you know that the gun that Maxine has is empty. We know that because when they first get there and Wayne is talking to Howard and Howard's waving the gun around, he says, "I don't worry, this empty. All you need to really do is wave it around and stuff." And then he makes a comment, Wayne, and says, "Yeah, I have the same thing in my glove box in the car." So you know his gun's empty. So when you see Maxine go and grab it, you know it's empty. So the foreshadowing there is so obvious. But like I said, it doesn't matter. Because when she goes to fire that gun and it doesn't go off, and then Pearl goes to shoot her and she just like dodges it, and Pearl, the recoil sends Pearl flying out of the house and lands and breaks her hip, which was said by Howard earlier to Kid Cudi, saying, "I'm afraid that she can fall and break her hip." And just the things that are all tied together in this movie, the little lines here and there that aren't really brought much attention to, but they're there and they connect so well. Like, oh, I fucking love it. And then Howard has a fucking heart attack. Before that, he just ends up having his fucking Jenna Ortega's character just comes back to life for a second and like breathes and like freaks him the fuck out and he has a heart attack. And then the whole thing that we've heard Maxine say once or twice, two or three times, I can't talk, throughout this movie of like, "I will not accept a life I don't deserve." And we find out at the end that she was the daughter of the crazy religious dude on the TV that we see throughout the movie, that we see at the beginning and another few times that we see playing in that house. So I don't know where that ties into. I guess we'll find out in Maxine. But when she gets in the car and she just turns and she crushes fucking Pearl's head, that looks so great. Like, fucking awesome. Like, the effects on that look so good. That is such a cool head crush. Like, awesome, awesome stuff. And then just the cop showing up and just the whole last line of this movie just even took it even higher for me. It just made it it was like the icing on the cake. And they find the camera and they're like, "What do you think's on it?" And he's like, "I don't know." It was like, "What do you think happened here?" It's like, the hell was the line? It's like one goddamn fucked up horror film or something like that. What a great fucking ending line. And what a fucking fantastic movie. Like, dude, I don't know. This was like like I said, this and Pearl, top movies of the year for me. Like, without a doubt. Like, nothing has come close. Like, Orphan First Kill I loved. And we had just a bunch of shit, like Jeepers Creepers Reborn, and I'm not even going to mention Halloween, and fucking a lot of bad shit this year. Except we've had some good stuff, for sure. But nothing has come to this level for me. Like, this is just masterful filmmaking for me. And it just, every single beat of this movie just hit for me 1,000%. And like I said, that's why rewatches are important. Because I don't know if it was just the mood I was in or just any of that. Anything could play a role in how you feel about a movie. But I can't see my opinions changing much on this. Like, and that's something I'm pretty good at. Like, I can tell if I can maybe like a movie better. Like, just like with The Innkeepers. When I didn't remember that, I remember I liked it. And that was pretty much it. But when I put it on, I pretty much said to myself, I think I'm going to like this a lot better this time. And I ended up adoring that movie. And that happens with so many films. And this is one of them. And Pearl. I just think, even on a rewatch, I'm going to have the same opinions. If not higher. And that's unbelievable for two films by the same director in 1 year to have that effect. So, bravo, Ty West. And we will move on to Pearl, which I'm going to be fucking gushing all over this too. But I will see you inside Pearl. That's a joke.